EA Sports coverage of the NFL has us at the venerable Superdome in downtown New Orleans. The setting in this dome just serves to amplify the excitement of the folks in New Orleans as their Saints burst from the tunnel a moment ago. They're set, and we're set as well as the Saints get ready to do battle with the Washington football team. Set to go now in Week 6 of the NFL season, and we are underway on EA Sports. And not much on this one. Takes it from the 21. The first carry for the Memphis man, Antonio Gibson. And he gets this one just shy of the 40, down at the 39. All right, I got to ask you, with these RPOs, essentially the quarterback has three options, right? So what's different from that versus the triple option that we see the service academies run at the college level?
As a general rule, the triple option at the college level, most things are called outside of the quarterback faking it to the runner and then keeping it himself and maybe having a trail back. What I mean is, in the NFL, that option to throw the football all comes about organically. It's a natural deal based on reads. In college, if you're going to throw the football for triple option, you've actually called that play.
They fake the give. Newton. Escaping the pressure right. Winds up and lets it go for Samuel. Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Marshawn Lattimore. And the Saints are going to get possession here as they force the opening drive turnover. They may have thrown the interception, obviously less than ideal, but I think they also sent a message that they're going to push the ball downfield in this one.
Yeah, not afraid to take their shots right away, huh? What was that, like a 9-9-9 route? 9 meaning go? Just went ahead and went for it. Didn't work out so well because it certainly appeared the defense was prepared. But I'm with you. Okay, so it didn't work this time. Doesn't mean we won't try it again later.
A good starting spot for the Saints as they come up 1st and 10 at their own 42. And now we're going to get a timeout called by the Washington defense. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. Now a play fake here on 1st down. And a quick throw here, that's complete. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2.
One thing we do know, he's going to get his catches. So as they move forward defensively, got to continue to focus on not giving up the big play when he does catch the ball in the secondary.
A first carry now. This is Alvin Kamara. And boy, this burgundy and gold defense charged up now. They stop him behind the line again. This will be a loss of 3, and now a much tougher 3rd down looming. He'll look to throw. Eluding the pressure right. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Chase Young coming in to drop him for a loss of 8. And it also brings up 4th. Blake Gillikin on to punt here as he'll send this one away. And he was called on 3 times in the win last week as his first one here's away. And here's a fair catch taken at about the 24-yard line. It's just a 32-yard punt with no return. And it will be Washington football now with a 1st and 10. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. Well, they were intercepted the first time they had the football, but now they get it back, and it's still 0-0.
And because of that, you know what the thought process is? Interception. What interception? It didn't really happen because they gave up no points. So go back on the attack. Go back and run the offense you believe will be successful. Find your playmakers and give them the football.
Off play action. Newton. Open man is Samuel, complete. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
Now a play fake, and it's Newton. Rolling to his right. Cam wisely hitting the deck at the end as he slides and has the first as well. So an instance there of Cam being Cam. We know he can use his legs.
And with that big body, it's hard to get him down, even if you get a clear shot on him. Plus, he moves it a lot faster than what people think. And boy, does he have fun playing the game of football.
On first down, it's Newton. Flushed out right. They'll get just a yard on the scramble. It's second down.
Well, you know, this club, there were some reports earlier in the week, and most have heard this by now, so-called unnamed sources that were saying all is not rosy in that locker room. There's whispers that one or two guys, CD, have kind of had enough of how things are going and have been going. How would you handle that as a coach?
Well, you and I both know all the coaches that we've dealt with and come in contact with. They'd love to get their hands on those unnamed sources, wouldn't they? But they know that that's not possible, so I think they've got to go in there and make sure that this isn't a distraction. They also know that once the grumbling starts, it becomes a slippery slope, and it's hard to stop the fall. But I think you need to sit some guys down and say, hey, look, we're still hoping to be a playoff team this year. We need you guys to be bought in with what we're doing. Come on, let's get on board.
And he won't be close to a first down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. Now on comes the Washington field goal unit. From the right hash, this from 45 yards away. And his kick is indeed good. So he's been automatic to this point of the season, and he connects on the field goal there.
And what a luxury it is to have a kicker you can depend upon, partner, because he hasn't missed all year long. Converts on that one as well. And kudos to you. You didn't jinx him.
They'll elect to bring it out here from the end zone. And he'll wind up getting a couple extra yards here for his trouble of bringing it out of the end zone as he's down at the 27. Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense. And a 3-and-out on that first drive. We'll see if they can do better here.
They should have a better opportunity because the nerves should be settled now. That first series, everybody goes out with a little extra emotion. So now they get a chance to go back out and say, okay, now we're into the game. Let's go play and play as best we can.
You almost get a mulligan then on that first drive?
Sometimes it absolutely serves that way. You get a second opportunity. Nothing big happened. But then again, you didn't commit any mistakes either. Off you go.
Kamara gets it again on second down. Pushes him over. And he gets this to the 35. Good for a gain of 5.
I think we can safely say that those types of plays are the backbone of this offense. We know not every run's going to be a big hitter, but you know they'll take that type of result on each and every attempt.
On third and short, they'll try and pick it up through the air. He's got his all-pro receiver, Michael Thomas.
And he is going to have a Saints first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
Would it be safe to say that as precise as routes are supposed to be run in the NFL, maybe they're not quite as precise in college ball?
That's accurate, yeah.
And I think we saw a college route in the NFL there. Just find the soft spot, find the dead zone, and find the first down. And that's what he just did.
A solid run on first down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3. Now a handoff. Here's Kamara. And some room to maneuver. Dances by him. 20. And he's out of bounds. Almost gets to the 10.
51 yards rushing for him now, and he's carried the ball just 5 times.
I think they like this drive a little bit better there, partner. Running game helping out, picking up some of the slack. Because remember the last drive, they went 3 and out.
So how about this for field position after the big play? Inside the 15 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Trying the left side with Kamara. A good display of power, but it will only get him just inside the 5 to the 4. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
Hey, when you get good yardage like that on first down, it really does a whole lot of good for your entire offense. But I love the way he's finishing those runs. At the end of things, he's making sure he gets just a little bit extra.
So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3. A give. This is Kamara. And the hole closes quickly here. He can fight only to about the 4. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 3rd and 3. Here's Kamara trying to run for it. Well, this is going to depend on the spot, but it's not a very generous one. He looks to be about a yard or so short. He needed 3. He got 2. Now that'll set up an interesting situation here on 4th and a yard. They run. It's Kamara. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, New Orleans. Alvin Kamara, his 11th touchdown of the year. And the Saints have taken the lead. Lutz with the extra point. And that makes it a 7-3 lead. After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off. From the 10. And he'll be stopped up at the 25. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. 3-2, their record through the first 5 games of the year as they got the victory last week. It's still early, just October, but what have you seen from these guys so far?
Well, what I've seen is a team that's still figuring out all their pieces because they've got some new faces from a year ago, add in some new draft picks. Sometimes it takes a month or so before you really start to gel as a team and for those players to figure out their roles. But right now, I see them starting to elevate.
One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. They'll fake the handoff. Now Newton steps away to his left. And he will go down outside of the pocket for a sack. Tried to get away, but could not. It'll only be a loss of a couple, but the pressure gets home on first down. And we'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL. And this throw incomplete. Now the defender all over him that time, but it's going to lead to third down.
He did a fine job there of not hitting him before the ball arrived, and I've got to tell you, you can often mistime that play because of the angles of approach. When you're going to get him, sometimes you panic as well and think, I've got to be there right now. Instead, in this case, timed it perfectly and knocked it free.
Play action. It's Newton. And Thomas has it. And some room to roam now. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. A big play there on the catch and run. The thing that hurt on that play, the missed tackle, that allowed the extra yardage.
It's a matchup game in the NFL. You get the guy that you want isolated, have him miss a tackle, and off you go.
And this is taken in for a Washington touchdown.
Jordan Matthews, his first touchdown on the year.
And Washington has retaken the lead. Extra point by Sly is up and good.
And the lead is now 10-7. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away.
And this will not be returned. It's a touchback, and they'll begin at the 25.
The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35.
And what a nice example there of a tight end doing exactly what he needs to do. How about how he worked his way to the outside, made sure he secured the catch, and then anything after that, we count that as a bonus. And indeed, he gets enough for the first down.
On first down, he'll drop to throw.
They'll get this out to Kamara.
And he'll go out near midfield at the 49. 12 yards on back-to-back plays there, and that's another first down. They'll drop to throw.
Oh, he'll look downfield for Kamara.
That's caught inside the 20. And he's a long ways into Washington territory before hitting the turf. A big play there just before halftime. The Saints going to call the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 40 seconds remaining in this first half. So it's first and goal and a great opportunity to get that lead back before the break. Quickly here, and that's complete. That's good for a gain of 6, second and goal. They'll look to throw again. Flush to his right. And this is caught on the sideline, but no, they'll say out of bounds. He caught it but was not in bounds, incomplete.
That was an interesting look there because as soon as he got outside the pocket, I thought he was going to take off and run for yardage. But what often happens now with these quarterbacks who can move, defenses want to try and keep bodies in front of them, and I think that discouraged him from taking off and made him try a pass downfield that fell incomplete.
They'll try to run it in. It's Kamara, and he'll take it into the end zone for the Saints touchdown. Alvin Kamara, as the first half is winding down, and the Saints have retaken the lead. Lutt's good on the extra point, and the lead is now 14-10. So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. Fielded right around the 8. And not much happening on the return as he'll get this to about the 23. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. And they will not really have time to do much of anything. 15 seconds, all that remains before halftime. Escaping the pressure right. On the run, he'll let this go deep right side. And that is incomplete.
They certainly did a nice job improvising there, extending the play, hoping someone would come open downfield, but they never did.
Final shot before the break. Newton. Going down the middle, and it's complete. And they work this well upfield across the 45. So it's halftime here in New Orleans with the Saints out in front. As we send you on over to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman in our EA Sports halftime report. Take it away, Coach. Set now to go for the third quarter. The Saints have the lead and set to receive the kick. And this will not be returned, so the second half begins with a touchback. Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense. We have not seen much on offense here from either side these last few drives. We've hit a wall, so to speak.
And have hit it hard, haven't we? Because the defenses right now, they seem to be a step ahead, don't they? Beating them to the point of attack, beating them to the punch. These offensive guys, they're tinkering like crazy. What's it going to take to get back on track?
Yeah, both sides searching for adjustments. The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. Again, it's Kamara. Give him 4 on the carry, and it'll make this a 3rd and about 2.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they are playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
On 3rd down, here's Kamara. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. No surprise this offense would be able to convert. They're currently 2nd in the league in first downs, and they pick up 1 here.
Yeah, not a stat that we talk about a heck of a lot, but it's a vital one. And in this case, it's really vital because what does it do? Keeps their defense off the field, gives them a chance to rest.
Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And this winds up a gain of 4 to the 41.
Oh, it's time to give a little credit there to the defense. They played that very well because it was a drag route, and he ran a little shallower than normal as he worked straight across the field. He was hoping he'd get lost behind the defensive line, but once he made the catch, nowhere to turn upfield and gain any yardage.
On second down, Kamara. It's a 5-yard gain, but they'll still be a yard short here with third down now looming.
Frustrating for a defense, energizing for an offense. Finding a way to create that type of yardage in your running game, that'll make the guys carrying the ball very, very happy.
They run it again with Kamara. And taking it across midfield and just shy of the 40.
97 yards for him on the ground now as he has been terrific here this afternoon. And now we're going to get a timeout called by the Washington defense.
It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this third quarter. That's a jet sweep. They get it to Foster. Give him 10 yards on the pickup, and it'll be second and very short.
Looks to me like maybe there's a little attrition setting in with this drive, because when you see that type of a run, I get the feeling the defense getting a little bit tired.
And that's the last thing they need, especially when they look up at the scoreboard. A man who's been busy this afternoon, it's Kamara again. Nice job there defensively to clamp down because really they've been on their heels this drive.
Agreed, and they really needed that one for confidence, just to feel a little bit better. But I don't know if I would be daunted by them stopping me on one run. This drive has gone pretty well. I could come right back at them.
Staying on the ground on first with Kamara. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, second and 2.
Boy, where would these guys be without his performance on the ground? That puts him over 100 yards now for the afternoon, and I tell you, he seems to be getting stronger as the day goes along.
On the ground, Kamara. And he's able to get it to the edge of the red zone at the 20-yard line.
I think there's a fatigue factor that's kicking in defensively. You know the will is still strong, but I think the offense is starting to bend it just a little bit, don't you?
Yeah, absolutely. It's looked that way. We'll see if they can continue this already strong drive. Now a first down carry. It's Kamara. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. He'll lose a yard there, and it's second and 11. Final minute now of the third quarter. Second and 11. Throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. It'll go as a gain of 4, and that'll bring up a third down.
That might feel like a little bit of a lost opportunity there for the offense because the defense brought pressure that time. And sometimes against that, you can get out to your running back, and it could turn into a big gain downfield. But what a nice job they did getting to him quickly and holding him to a short gain.
And that is going to do it. for this third quarter of action. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. So they need 6 yards here on third down. They're 2 for 2 on third down tries so far on this drive. Back to throw here. He'll buy some time right. And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked off down near the 5. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. A young quarterback, Charles, rolling to his right. I know he's right-handed, but is that one that maybe a veteran sticks in his pocket?
I think so, but you have to remember with young quarterbacks, it may take a few years before they get all the stuff out of them that they did earlier in their career or even in their college days when they were used to being dominant. In this case, the NFL veteran defense ended up winning the battle.
Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense.
The interception sets them up with an opportunity to erase this fourth quarter deficit. And this series could very well determine our outcome. That'll be a pickup of 4 as they work with this 4-point fourth quarter lead.
Well, on every play call, you realize it's not going to go for a touchdown. So a lot of your calls are setting things up for maybe later in the game, trying to establish the inside run with toughness now, hopefully get to the perimeter later. And let's face it, you could do worse than a 4-yard run on first down.
A give to Gibson running right. And they'll bring him down here right around the 17-yard line. A gain of 4 last play. They double that here and get 8.
Well, partner, I know this type of running back. I mean, this size, this intensity usually gets better as the game goes on. I can just tell you from experience, the first few quarters, oh, you're eager. You come running up there. I'm going to tackle this guy. By the fourth quarter, you're coming up and thinking about it.
And D-line wearing down fourth quarter. Yeah, that's not a guy they want to see consistently. And he roams across the 20 to the 24-yard line. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3.
So many teams want to throw the ball in this situation nowadays, but I love watching a team that has enough confidence to go ahead and run the football in that situation. That's almost a tendency breaker.
On 1st and 10, it's Gibson. And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39. Seemed like a couple sets of eyes were on the quarterback, so he decided, hey, I'm going to hand this off. Got a good gain out of it.
And you know you need good blocking up front in order to gain yardage, but every one of these RPOs, if you do it right and they look the same, whether it's handed off inside or the quarterback keeps it, that allows you to fool the defense so often. And in this case, fooled him with the inside run.
And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down.
Look, all any running back wants is a little bit of room, a little bit of space in order to maneuver. But he also understands how difficult it is for his offensive line up front. So if they give him any space, he realizes his job to make more out of it than what they give him. Picks up 3 on that carry.
And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50.
And here we are in the fourth quarter, partner, and watch them drive for what would be a go-ahead touchdown. And you and I both know this is where you need a quarterback who can keep his cool back there, not just for himself, but to keep the rest of the team relaxed too.
They'll run on 1st down. It's Gibson, and he stopped immediately there. No gain on the play there. 2nd down.
I know the scouting report on him is that he doesn't possess the eye discipline to be an elite linebacker. And what that means is his ability to read, react, and make a play. But on that one, he looked like one of those guys.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. Newton. Toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and that's going to be a first down. Well done. Working the sideline there. Good route, good catch. First down, and he gets out of bounds.
You have to like the play calling because you have to run some guys down the middle of the field to draw some of the defenders away. They can't just let them guard the sideline exclusively. That's how it's going to work. Sidelines and incompletions to use the clock.
On first down, it's Gibson. 47 yards on the ground for him so far. Decided to hand it off that time on the run-pass option.
Appeared to be an easy decision. Just gave it inside. Nice steady gain.
Three yards remain for second down. They run. This is Scarborough. And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line.
I hope we give enough respect to the big guys up front because they have been getting it done on this drive. The holes have been large, and they've been barreling through them, picking up first downs.
Fourth quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a one-score game. So it's Washington with the football here as we welcome you back. They come up on a 1st and 10, desperately needing a score here on what could be their final drive. It's going to be a jet sweep. Newton bats it forward. And they get to him quickly here as he stopped right around the 13.
That's a nice job there defensively, being able to diagnose that little touch pass. They saw it coming, converged on him before he could get much out of it.
Second down and 8. The Saints going to call the first of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming second down play. Here's Newton. Eluding the pressure right. To the goal line, but it's incomplete. This secondary as a unit, they've worked really well together in this one, especially late.
A lot of cohesiveness, a lot of communication, and some great athleticism. They're playing so well now, a nickname is sure to follow. They're going to have to name this whole unit soon.
So the failure to connect on second down, that leaves them staring up here at a 3rd and 8. Now Newton. Flushed out right. Looking and finding Thomas in the end zone. Touchdown, Washington. Logan Thomas, his 4th touchdown on the year. And Washington has taken the lead here in the 4th quarter. Important extra point up and through. So it's now a 3-point game here in the closing stages as a field goal now can only tie it. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And no effort to bring this one out. It's a touchback. The Saints offense on the field ready to get their drive started. And they had a nice little drive going last time. Threw the interception in the red zone. Costly.
Bad enough to throw it anywhere, but that drives coaches insane when they're thinking about, hey, we got a shot at points already. We're already in a spot where you're thinking you got 3 on the board for sure, and to come away with nothing, that's a really tough one for them to swallow.
Will they make up for it? That's what they need right now. Get the first down, get out of bounds, stop the clock.
Just playing smart football, understanding the situation, making the plays necessary, and making sure that clock stops at every opportunity.
They'll look to throw. And the throw left sideline here is caught, but they'll rule it incomplete. Couldn't keep his feet in. Second down. So he's unable to complete it there, and just not the game that you would expect from him. He's been off the mark really start to finish.
Yeah, it makes you wonder what exactly is going on. Is he a little bit dinged up here, or is it just off just by a bit? Maybe he can get it back in this situation. He'll need to.
Here's 2nd and 10.
He'll look to throw. Flush to his right. And he'll just get rid of it.
Back-to-back incompletions, but we know this is definitely 4-down territory. Time not on their side. I don't think they want to try and get the first down in 2 installments. I think they got to go and get it right here, right now.
He's back to throw. Gets this to a standout receiver, Thomas. And out of bounds on the other side of midfield at the 45.
Well, they got the yardage they needed there. Picked up the first down, got out of bounds. How about the urgency that they have, as well as they understand where they are on the field?
Back to throw. They'll roll him out right. Now it looks like we'll get a timeout as there's a Saints player down here on the field. While the training staff takes a peek, we'll take a break.
Second and 2.
And now a first chance for the backup here to throw. And he gets it down a yard or 2 shy of the 30 before he's out of bounds. Late in the game, defense trying to avoid a big play. He's able to work out of the passing game, turn it into a run, pick up the first, and stop the clock as well.
And you know in this situation, everything is sped up. The intensity, the thinking, everyone's movement. But for a quarterback, he has to continue to be what we call a flatliner. Level in everything he does and read the clock, feel it in the pocket, and go at the appropriate time.
And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. They got exactly what they wanted there. Out route, catch, get out of bounds, stop the clock.
And I have to criticize defense here because you know the situation. You want to keep them inbounds and have the clock run. So I'm sitting on the outside portion of the field and not letting them throw an out route. Throw anything inside and I'll make the tackle. An out route? That's not the way you're supposed to play it.
Coming left is Kamara. And he'll get this one down to about the 17. Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8.
I know they got a little yardage there, but I'm not sure the investment is right. They're still running the football, and I'm not sure there's enough time to continue to do that.
Back to throw. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
Now we're in the situation where the quarterback's got to take full charge of his huddle. Got to totally command it, make sure all eyes are on him. All focus is locked in. Going to call multiple plays and go over different situations and scenarios to make sure everyone is on the same page.
On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. Out of the backfield, that's complete to Kamara. And he is out of bounds, getting it down to the 10. So the completion good for 7 there. And that'll bring up 4th down. The kick by Lutz is good. And that will tie this game here in the final minute of play.
Well, he was a spectator for much of this game. This is his first field goal opportunity of the entire contest, but he's able to connect.
Yeah, he had a pretty good seat to this one, didn't he? But let's face it, all kickers that you and I know, they want to contribute. They want their opportunity, and he seized his.
Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense.
They have a little bit of time here to get into field goal range. Not much. A tie game, you don't want to do anything crazy, right?
I agree with you on that one. Risk-reward, okay?
And this is going to be intercepted. Chauncey Gardner-Johnson with a pick.
And he will be taken down, and that means we are headed to overtime. Four quarters not enough for all even, and to overtime we go.
How much fun is this for everyone who's watching the game? How much fun is it for us to see this one get an extra period to get settled?
And here in overtime, if the team that receives the ball scores a touchdown, it's over. If they don't, we can still have some more football.
That's exactly right. If they go down and kick a field goal, the other team gets a possession to either match it or score a touchdown to win the ball game. If both teams kick field goals, the next team to score wins. But if the receiving team throws a pick six or fumbles the ball and it gets picked up by the defense and they score, the game is over at that point.
Takes it at the 7. And they will wrangle it down a couple yards shy of the 30. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense.
They control their own destiny here. They have the football in overtime. Obviously, a touchdown would win it.
And I think teams around the league are still adjusting to the idea of going downfield, scoring a touchdown wins the game, because they were used to just going downfield and trying to get in field goal range to win a game. Still having to make that transition. Let's face it now, the ones who are doing it best know they need to go down, attack, put the ball in the end zone, and not leave it up to a field goal and give the other team a chance.
Yeah, as we said, they control their own destiny now. First throw in overtime for Newton. Finding his safety valve here. That's complete. A short gain here, maybe a yard to the 29.
Well, offensively, that's the mismatch that you want. You want to force a linebacker to try and cover your back out of the backfield, out in some open space. The linebackers nowadays, they run like backs, and they take a lot of pride in covering. What a nice play he made there in the open field.
Coming up on a 3rd and 9. Opening drive of overtime as they look to convert. Here's Newton. Escaping the pressure right. And that's going to be incomplete. The contact there enough to jar that ball free, and it brings up 4th down. The temptation to go for it probably there. Always is, especially in overtime. Got to punt it, though.
I think you're right. I think that you absolutely have to punt it away and trust your defense, especially play a little field position here. But you're so right about the temptation. Another way to satisfy that, though, line up in punt formation and fake it. That's another way to get it done.
Here we go on 4th. Newton. Oh, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Malcolm Jenkins. And he's going to get this one to the 23-yard line. A costly mistake here in OT.
And you know what they say, when you throw an interception like that in overtime, you don't usually get a chance to throw a second one. I mean, I'm not sure the analytics on it. Let's ask Marvin, our statistician, to ring that down for us. That's typically how coaches and teams feel about it. If you throw one, you likely cost yourself the game.
Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down.
I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
2nd down, and it's Kamara again. And he's going to be stopped close to the 1st down marker at Washington's 12-yard line. 15-yard line. 117 yards rushing for him now as he is just trying to will his guys to an overtime victory.
Now Kamara. And I don't think Kamara got there. Looks like they stopped him short. A loss of a yard, and it brings up 4th. He's had some big runs in this game. Not there, though.
But I don't think they're going to be deterred by that play right there. He's had some nice runs in the game. And how many times have we seen a good running back get stopped, yet turn it into something big on a later carry? I'd stay with him.
Washington looking for another timeout, and they get it.
They'll be left with just one remaining here at OT. So a big one coming now for Will Lutz. A 33-yarder from the left hash. And he pulled it. Oh, my goodness. It's no good. He missed it. So possible disaster there. It's an empty possession, and there's no worse time to have an empty possession than the first drive of overtime.
Yeah, and remember the situation now, Brandon. It's sudden death from here on out. You can bet he's begging for a chance to redeem himself. But the question now is, will that chance ever come?
Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense.
And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack him here.
Gets this to Gibson.
And he'll be corralled right around the 34. Little OT scramble drill that time, Mr. Davis.
And, partner, I can tell you from personal experience, nothing drives a defense crazier than having things covered and the quarterback takes off and picks up a first down or big yardage. Because whether you're in zone or man, it's easy to lose track of him because you don't always have someone assigned to him. And once he goes, now everybody's scrambling to try and tackle him.
Six yards left on second down. Cam to throw.
And his throw here is incomplete.
You got to remember, because now that we're in overtime, mistakes get magnified. So you got to walk that line between being aggressive and being careful, because that was a dangerous throw right there. You obviously could not have an interception in this spot.
It nearly was an interception. He's lucky to get that one back. Newton.
A bullet throw, but incomplete.
The one with the dime look that time on defense just flooded the field with defensive backs, blanketed everyone, took away all the passing angles, thus the incompletion.
A big call here in overtime. They're going for it on fourth down.
Throwing is Newton.
And this is caught, but they say out of bounds. It would have been a first down, but he couldn't stay in, and as a result, they're going to have to give up the football. So they've gone for it twice now on fourth down in this game, and both times unsuccessful.
I wish we could hear the headsets now between the head coach and the offensive coordinator. Now that they're 0 for 2, if they get into a third situation, head coach might say, hey, you got anything for this one? Might get radio silence back.
Now another timeout called for by the offense. They'll be down to just one remaining as we step aside here in overtime. They go play action here on first down. And they will not get the connection there. It's incomplete. Another nice job there defensively. They've really stymied their passing attempts, and it continues in overtime.
And for them to do that, that means they've had to be cohesive on defense. Pressure in the quarterback's face. Good coverage of not just the wide receivers, but the tight end, the running backs when they try and slip out, and making sure they're at the point of attack. When the ball's in the air, they get there and help force some of those incompletions.
Now they're setting up the wide receiver screen here on the right side. And they will eventually get him down, but he's inside the 5 all the way to the 3. Now the timeout comes here in the waning seconds of this overtime as we could be set up at long last for a potential game winner. So it all rests now on the right leg of Will Lutz. This to win it in overtime. And he got it. The kick is good in overtime. He's able to split the uprights. And Bourbon Street, it'll be alive tonight. The Saints have won it. And Charles, I think when the schedule comes out, all teams, no matter where they're predicted to finish, talk about protecting your home turf. They were able to do that here in this one.
Similar to a tennis match, right? Not letting them break your serve. That way you hold on to it. They got it done, and they feel very good about that victory.
So for New Orleans, they climb back to 500 now at 3 up and 3 down. And they will hit the road next week to take on the Minnesota Vikings. Meanwhile, for Washington, the loss here will move them back to 500 at 3-3. And they'll try to get back to their winning ways next week as they head to Indianapolis to take on the Colts. Thanks for tuning in, everybody. Alongside Charles Davis, we thank our entire crew. I'm Brandon Gaudin.